Smile by the King and Queen, Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Have you ever witnessed a moment so unexpected, so hauntingly beautiful, that it feels like the entire music world stops just to listen? That's exactly what happened when Benson Boone, the rising star of Gen Z, took the stage during his American Heart Tour and dared to do something no one saw coming. He covered "Die with a Smile," a song forever tied to Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. But what no one could predict was Bruno Mars's reaction. This wasn't just a cover. This was a message. A secret thread woven through melody, a note aimed straight at Bruno himself. And the way Bruno responded has left fans around the world buzzing, questioning, and even crying. Before we unravel this emotional chain of events, pause for just a second, because what you're about to hear will shock you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, because this story is bigger than one song. It's about legacy, inspiration, and the mystery of what Bruno Mars really felt in that very moment. Now, let's step into the spotlight, the scene, a packed arena in Denver. The American Heart Tour had already been praised as Benson Boone's most ambitious project yet, a tour where he poured every ounce of raw emotion into his voice. Fans screamed, phones lit up like constellations in the dark. And then, without warning, the familiar piano chords began. Not one of Boone's hits. Not one of his unreleased ballads. No. This was Bruno's world. The first notes of "Die with a Smile" hung in the air like a prayer. Gasps rippled through the crowd. You could almost hear the collective intake of breath. Is he really doing this? Benson's voice trembled at first, like a candle in the wind. But then, it soared, pure, vulnerable, aching with honesty. Each lyric carried weight, as if he wasn't just covering Bruno Mars, but confessing something through him. And here's where the story takes a turn no one expected. Because sitting quietly in the VIP section, hidden behind dark shades, was Bruno Mars himself. No announcement. No spotlight. Just Bruno, watching, listening, reacting. Imagine that. The man whose voice made millions fall in love, the man who co-created this anthem of devotion with Lady Gaga, sitting silently while a young artist from a new generation risked everything to interpret his song. At first, Bruno's face gave nothing away. He sat perfectly still, his hands folded, his fedora casting a shadow across his eyes. But fans who were close enough to see swear they noticed something, a flicker of a smile, a tightening of the jaw, a glance upward as though holding back a storm of feelings. And when Benson reached the chorus, "If I had only one life, I'd want to die with a smile," the crowd erupted. Some cried. Some screamed Bruno's name. And Bruno Mars leaned forward. Now here's where the mystery deepens. Did Benson know Bruno was there? Was this a bold tribute, or a direct challenge? Because the way he delivered those final notes didn't feel like a performance. It felt like a message. Music history is full of these moments, times when one artist sends a signal to another, sometimes with reverence, sometimes with rivalry, sometimes with an unspoken plea. Think of when Adele sang a stripped-down cover of Bob Dylan, or when Ed Sheeran surprised the world by covering Stevie Wonder. But this was different. This was personal. Bruno Mars, the perfectionist, the legend of Las Vegas residencies, the man whose voice has defined love songs for more than a decade, was hearing his creation reimagined by a new voice. And whether he admitted it or not, his reaction told a story. Some fans say he looked proud, almost fatherly, as though passing the torch. Others swear they saw him wipe his eyes beneath those sunglasses, a single tear betraying the emotion he tried so hard to hide. And then there are those who insist Bruno's smile wasn't joy at all, but disbelief, maybe even discomfort. Why? Because "Die with a Smile" isn't just any song. For Bruno Mars, it's a chapter of his soul. A collaboration born from pain, resilience, and the understanding that true love is fleeting yet eternal. To see someone else inhabit those lyrics was both beautiful and dangerous, and that's where the suspense tightens. Because after Benson Boone's haunting performance, the question burned hotter than ever: how would Bruno respond? Would he dismiss it as just another cover, or would he acknowledge the depth behind it? The answer would come later, in a way no one anticipated. But before we reveal that, we need to rewind, because to understand Bruno's reaction, we have to understand Bruno himself. To understand why this cover pierced so deeply, we have to rewind. We have to step inside the mind and heart of Bruno Mars himself. Because Die With a Smile wasn't just a duet with Lady Gaga. It was a confessional diary, a love letter carved in melody, born from Bruno's private world. For years, Bruno Mars has been the master of joy. His songs made us dance, made us feel invincible, made the whole world celebrate love. Just the Way You Are, Treasure, Locked Out of Heaven, these weren't just tracks, they were moments of euphoria bottled in sound. But behind the glitter, behind the Vegas lights, Bruno's artistry has always been rooted in vulnerability. Die With a Smile was different. When it dropped, fans instantly recognized something raw, something unguarded. Bruno's voice carried an ache, as if he wasn't just singing, but bleeding. And paired with Lady Gaga, the duet became a plea, a reminder that love, even in its most painful form, is worth every scar. So imagine this: Bruno sitting in the shadows of Benson Boone's concert, listening as a new generation took those words, reshaped them, and hurled them back toward him like a mirror. What did he see in that reflection? Himself. His past. His fears. Benson Boone, at just 22, wasn't supposed to carry that kind of emotional gravitas. But his voice, raw and unfiltered, didn't mimic Bruno. He stripped the song down to its bones, as if saying, "This is how it feels for me, too." And for the first time, Bruno Mars wasn't just the performer of the song. He was the audience, and here's the twist. Midway through Benson's performance, fans noticed a subtle shift. Bruno, who had been leaning back, arms folded, suddenly leaned forward. His hand moved to his chest, pressing lightly, almost unconsciously. Was it pride? Was it pain? No one knew. But the silence in that VIP section grew louder than the music itself. It's moments like this that remind us, music isn't just entertainment. It's a dialogue across generations. A young artist declaring to his hero, "I understand you. I feel this too." And a legend, forced to confront what it means to be both immortalized and reinterpreted. But Bruno Mars's reaction didn't end in that arena. It spilled over, quietly, secretly, into what happened next, because days later, Bruno finally broke his silence. So, what do we make of all this? Was Bruno Mars proud? Was he haunted? Was he inspired? The truth may never fully be known. Bruno's genius has always been his ability to say just enough and leave the rest hanging in the air, like the last echo of a high note. But one thing is certain, Benson Boone's cover didn't just move a crowd. It moved Bruno Mars. It reminded him, and all of us, that music isn't about ownership. It's about connection. It's about finding yourself reflected in someone else's voice, and realizing that your story has become bigger than you, and that's the beauty of this moment. A young artist dared to step into the light of a giant. And instead of being crushed, he created a spark that reignited something in Bruno himself. That spark, that invisible exchange, is why this story matters. Because it proves that even legends need reminders of their own humanity. Now, we leave you with this question: when Benson Boone's trembling voice met Bruno Mars's silent gaze, what truly passed between them? Respect? Challenge? Or something deeper, an unspoken brotherhood of artists who understand that love, pain, and legacy can only survive when shared? Whatever the answer, one truth remains unshakable: the world will never hear Die With a Smile the same way again, and neither will Bruno Mars. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to our channel for more stories that reveal the hidden layers behind music's greatest moments. Like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this isn't just our story to tell. It's yours too.